All right, so I want to respond to this comment that I got earlier. I released a piece of content saying that he's not your man. And the intention behind that content was to inspire women to not be so quick to rush into a relationship phase with a guy that they like without having a conversation with him first. Y'all need to be on the same page, right? If you think he's your man and he thinks that you're not, now you're creating expectations for him that he's never going to meet up to because he never signed up to be your man, right? And a lot of women enjoyed the content. But I got this one comment from K Sullivan 0208, and she said, Defund Podcast. Now, I work very hard on my podcast. So before I even get into that, my name is Wolf Taylor. I have a podcast called Halfway Up. And I say it's halfway up because you'll never finish rising. All the content is about being connected to God, prioritizing your mental health, and loving on yourself, right? But the one time that I decided to make content about something else, it made a hit. Almost none of my videos on YouTube have 1,000 views, but I made one piece of content about what women can do to have better successful men, and it has 60,000 views, hundreds of likes, hundreds of shares, plenty of comments. Now, I understand her point of saying defund the podcast because she later says, how many times are we going to keep discussing these same topics? But these are the topics that the people like. I'm motivated by money. I'm going to stay true to myself and build a brand because that's what makes me feel like I'm walking within my purpose. But at the same time, I'm motivated by success and I'm motivated by the money. The success and the money is wherever the attention is. I can't force people to bring attention to what I like because I think I'm being real. At the end of the day, the majority of the attention is in these topics. It's in relationships and banter between men and women and getting dating advice. So I tried something and I fed a market who was hungry for this type of content. So I respect your opinion. You said defund podcast because you feel like this topic has been overused, and you're right. It has been overused. But I can't argue with the fact that content that I usually make barely even gets 1,000 views. The one time that I gave in and did something that y'all like, it had 60,000 views. You affirmed me. I had an opinion on what women can do to be more successful with men, and y'all agree. And I appreciate all the women and all the people that agree. But I think instead of challenging the content creators for trying to be more than one-dimensional and break outside of their box and find ways to scale their business, instead of judging us, judge the people. Don't look at us. Turn the camera, as they say, you point one finger and then three pointing back at you. Consider that. And I'm not saying I'm not putting all of that onus on her, but at the end of the day, we got to do what we got to do. At the end of the day, if I got to play the slow grind, I will, because I'm going to be true to who I am. The type of content that I love, comparison is the thief of joy. Put yourself first. Men should cry. All things that are very spiritually filled pieces of content. I'm gonna continue making content like that because that's true to who I am. But I can't argue with the facts and the statistics of the fact that I release something that mainstream media enjoys, and now it increases more attention on my platform. And isn't that why we should be trying new things at the end of the day? Because my content, even though it's true to who I am, it wasn't getting them type of eyes over here. But now that those type of eyes are over here, 60,000 people, that increases my chances of them finding the content that I really do care about. And with that being said, listen, don't challenge podcasters, challenge the consumers, because the podcasters are only doing what they think the consumers like.